at how you can get sponsorships for your Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, or whatever it is you're trying to get sponsored as a content creator. So my number one tip is to really think about who the brands are that might sponsor you. So how do you find out who might sponsor you? Well, look at your competition. Everyone knows who else is making the type of content that they make in their space. Those types of content creators will be creating content around brands. So think about what types of brands they're making videos about and how you can make videos about those types of brands. As you're making videos about those types of brands, the products, the services, or whatever it is, you are going to build up an audience for that. Also, those brands, when they're looking to find people who can make videos that they can sponsor, they're going to find those people. They're going to find you if you're making videos about the type of product or service. And then they're going to reach out to you to see, hey, that was a great video you made about your product or service, or that was a video that you made about my competitor. And so can I sponsor you to make a similar video about my company? So when you're making those videos about products or services of brands that could sponsor you, make sure you include the names of the competitors in the tags or the title description so that those products and services are going to find you when they're searching for themselves or searching for competitive brands. Okay, so that's tip number one. Tip number two, look for sponsored videos, sponsored content, sponsored posts by your competitors. What does that mean? Well, if someone's using hashtag ad or hashtag sponsored, they're being sponsored by that brand. So find brands who you know who are making content, making sponsored content and sponsoring people already. Because brands that are already sponsoring your competitors are much more likely to sponsor you. So as I say, look through for those brands, look for brand name, hashtag brand name plus hashtag sponsored or hashtag ad or hashtag spawn. Find those brands that are already sponsoring your competitors and then make sure, ask them, hey, can you sponsor me? So another tip, find out if your friends are making sponsored videos by brands and ask them, hey, can I be introduced to that brand? If they're sponsoring you, can they also sponsor me? Likewise, if you get sponsored by a brand, ask the brand if they would like to sponsor other people who make similar types of content to you. If you start recommending other people to those brands, those other people are likely to recommend brands to you. Build up that community of people who do branded posts. Be part of that community, share brands. And that way, hey, you can make a margin on referring other people. Plus, people are much more likely to refer brands to you if you refer brands to them. So next step, go to events. Find events where brands are that are on the topic of the videos that you make. So if you make gaming videos, go to gaming shows, meet the people in person. Brands are much more likely to sponsor you if they know who you are, if they know what your videos are, if they've met you in person. Make sure you make some videos about the type of thing that they sponsor, and then ask them, hey, can you sponsor me? Get the card, get the details, send them, be proactive, send them the types of video that you make and the types of thing that they can sponsor, and let them know what it's going to be, roughly how many views you get for that type of content, and your rates for making that kind of video. How much do you charge? Well, start small and go bigger, and the bigger you are, the more money you can make, the more money you can and time you can spend in promoting yourself. So, big brands tend to work with agencies. So if you want to go after Coca-Cola or Dell or someone like that, they probably do their influencer marketing through an agency. Find out the agencies that work with those types of brand and then approach those agencies, because they're where the brand is likely to direct you to rather than sponsoring you directly. So finally, my tip is to find the marketplaces where brands are going to sponsor people. So think about this. If you're a brand, you're looking to sponsor some influencers and you don't know where to start, going to a marketplace such as FameBit which was bought recently by YouTube, by Google. They go there and they look for influencers and they ask them to bid on their projects, or that's where they go to find people. So make sure you're in those directories. Go to all of the marketplaces, fill in your details, make sure you're easily found. Because if you're easily found, then they're likely to find you for that type of project. Also, hey, if you're doing live events, if you're doing live content, tag brands, talk about brands, make sure those types of brands know that you exist, and even ask your fans which brands should sponsor you. Because you'll be surprised at the number of people who are watching your show, know brands, and like, hey, that's a great idea. The brand I know or the person at brand should be sponsoring your show. So make those requests. I'm Murray Newlands. Thank you for watching. That's been my tips on how to get sponsorship for your brand. One final tip. There are lots of Facebook groups where marketing people go, brands go, influencers go. In those Facebook groups, they discuss working with brands. So find those Facebook groups, join those Facebook groups, and look out for brands that are looking to work with you. I'm Murray Newlands. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you next time.